Morning, guys. A new truck for today. So today I'm gonna show you guys how to do a 3.5. I think this is like a 15 to 20. No, 15 to 18. Yeah, 15 to 18 or 20. I don't know. It's just yeah, this is one of the earlier ones. It's King truck, 4x4. I'm gonna do 3.5. Comes with the leveling kit ready, so I'm gonna try to get you like a little before. So the leveling kit. We're gonna do 3.5 on this one since it's a 4x4. That's the lowest we could do. Because once we start going lower, the axle start bending or getting bad angles. So quick little overview on this truck, how to do it and what to do. The first thing you need to do is before you lift it up, I'm doing it on the 4-post lift. So before you lift it up, there's this ABS sensor that bolts up on top that you can't really grab from under. So I always pop the hood, take off those two sensors, and then if it's a 4x4, but on the newer ones it has electronic too, a sensor for the 4x4, but on these it's all vacuum tube shit. So this is what, 15 18 or 15, yeah, 15 18 or something like that. They have this. They have this for the 4x4. It bolts up. What is it right there? Those two little holes. It's like for the vacuum, and that's how the 4x4 activates. So that's one or two steps. First two steps you need to do is take off that and take off the little 10mm bolt. I've always said release everything, cables, and then it's tie rod, and then it's brake, and then it's ball joints. Pop them off, you take off the spindle, and then etc. etc. So this is all I really need to take off everything. Everything's the same size. 21 for the brakes, 21 for the lower ball joint, 18 for the upper ball joint, and then a 15 for the 4x4. And then just smack the shit out of everything. Or if you don't want to smack the shit out of everything, if you don't want to smack the shit out of everything, just get one of these ball joint separators. And with the load 19, you just twist it and it pops the ball joint off. But I'd rather just smack it. Do the second round of tools. Alright, the spindle's off. Now you need to take off the etc., which is sway bar, the shock, which, like I said, is everything the same. 18, 18, 18, 18. The upper control arms, 18 inside, 21 outside. Lower control arms, 21 and a 27. So I have everything right here. And then I have an air hammer. So I like to take them off while they're still on the control arm, while it's everything. I loosen up the 18, 18, the both lower ones. And then with the air hammer, I just shoot them out. So I'll show you right now once everything's done. So for the sway bar, there's sometimes that put your impact and you spin it. Everything spins. So there's two ways to get that. On the other side, it's like this. So if you have one of those pass-through sockets, you put an 18, and then put another socket that's like, I think it's like a 5/16 or something like that on this one, and you can just spin. But then you get me. Or you grab either of those pliers, and between the boot, there's gonna be a little metal ring in the bottom that you can grab with the pliers. And just watch out with the boot, you don't want to rip it. And once you grab it, you can use the impact, and voila, come out. So I've already installed the uppers and lowers, put the Zerk fittings, changed the Zerk fittings, you know how I hate these. Put the uppers, I always do the longer bolts. That way, like, that's my little signature move. That way I know that I installed these upper ball joints Loctite on the upper bolts, because even though they have nylon, they kind of have a tendency to back up. So I put Loctite, and then plus it's kind of a little bitch to put 18 and a 21, and it's not that you can't do it, but it's just kind of uncomfortable. So put Loctite and those won't come off loose. And the reason I came back for this video to show you more of the front, because everything should just bolt up from here on out, is this truck. I don't know if you guys saw it in the beginning, it came in with a leveling kit. I don't know if I said it, which is that one. I already took it off. You see the bolts in there, I just let them in there. They're 3/4, or no, 17s, so I took them off. But the whole point of it is, see how they're sitting? So the bolts are pointing out. So if you put it on the control arm, it's not gonna sit. So what you need to do is, my not crescent, my pipe wrench, grab it from right here and twist it. You're gonna see the whole shock twist, and keep on twisting it off until you do a whole 180, whole 180. That way they're sitting the other way around, and that way you can put the control arm up. And it's probably the fourth time I said that way these bushings aren't fighting the control arms and everything. It sits good, and it's not making no sounds, no binding noises. Hope I said that right. So just do it, hazlo, para que no te haga nada de ruidos, so it won't make no sounds, and your truck is not struggling. Well, not struggling, but it's just a step that you want to do. Why the fuck you want to be struggling putting these bolts on when you can't? So as this truck turned 180, I don't know if you see that white line there, and I put a white line in the back of the strut right there. Did a whole complete 180. Now they're way easier to install. They're actually leveled, not flush. They're not like all the way like this. They're not all the way bad angled, and now I could finally go back to installing my kit. So I'll be back whenever once I'm on the ground. Everything over here is simple, it's basics. Or I'll probably show you a shackle trick in the back because it has a lift shackle. But other than that, installing everything back on there. This one's a 15 to 21, and the only difference is it doesn't have the little conito, the little cone, the adapter to make it fit to a 21. Other than that, bolt up, same shit, same kit. I'll be back. I'm already in the back, guys. I already did the flip. I already flipped the bolts. They're the other way around with, we call it a W plate. Had the W plate with the bolts around. So you flip them. This saddle can fit on it. So now, since on this one I'm putting a lift shackle, you get 2 of the bolts that go for the leaf spring. And since there's 4, you get 2 of them, and you grind them. Grind the head halfway. That way, whenever you're putting the lift shackle's too short, that the bolt is around like right here, and every time it goes forward, it's rubbing on the frame. You grind it half how I told you, and it'll clear like once you tighten everything. I'll show you guys right now once I have it grinded, and I'll show you once it's up there. Shit, I almost forgot to show you guys. So this is the end product of me grinding down the bolt. So before and after, see how much I took off, like half, and that's just enough to clearance. See how close it is. Right now it's not tightened, so it's gonna hit, but once it's tightened, it's gonna be real freaking close. And yeah. So finish aligning it, and quickly an overview on everything that we've done to this truck. So uppers and lowers, cores, stock struts, stock spindles, stock everything else. Remember, torque these motherfuckers down to 160, and then grease these bitches up until grease comes out. And you see grease coming out. You don't want, I can't even see it. You can tell that grease is coming out, and that's how you know that shit's not gonna squeak. So that's that. Torque down everything, up to torque, everything's checked, and then the short shackles. I put a Zerk fitting on it and grease them up too. And I don't know if you see that bolt. See how much clearance it has? That's not gonna rub or hit the fucking wall. And if you guys have installed these kits, you guys know. They're gonna look tight. What else? That's it. That's really mostly it. Vic still wants me to line that little piece of shit. Eat your eggshell.